Welcome back, everybody, on this Victory Wednesday. I'm Gage Samoji. He's Emerson Hip, and this is the Intoxicated Sports Report.
Let's go.
Hope everybody had a good Halloween weekend.
That's right.
I know I did.
We should have dressed up for the show.
I thought about I had this blue wig that I wore to work on Saturday because it was the last day I worked before Halloween, and I wore it again on Halloween. It's you would laugh. It's
Pretty
like
goofy.
Bob, bright blue, like Smurf blue.
Nice.
And then it's got the bangs. Almost wore it, but I was like, you know what? I'd only do that if we're on Halloween.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That would make a lot more sense.
But before we start anything, I want to say right here, right now, we agreed upon next year we're gonna have an ISR pumpkin carving contest.
Yes, sir.
I don't even know how this hasn't happened already.
I know. Like we've done some other shit, but not this.
And Devin and I carved pumpkins over the weekend. I love carving pumpkins. It's been a couple years since I've done it.
I haven't done it in a long time,
It's
but
just
I always
fun.
enjoyed it.
It's just fun. I actually enjoy getting all the gunk out of it, making it all clean on the inside, and then making the face. That some of you may have voted on if you follow Devin on Instagram. She won the vote, unfortunately. Hers was more of the
Pretty traditional.
traditional
Yeah.
triangle eyes, triangle nose, like the two teeth, smile. Mine was kind of a little more off the beaten path. You can put eyebrows on mine. I was proud of mine.
I did like that part of yours, not knowing that it was yours.
I think the saddest part for me is that I took like an hour longer than she did. I really just went for it.
You went for the little details.
I went for the little details. Had a great time, but we should try to get as many people as we can to do this.
That'd be fun.
Maybe we could do like a BYOP, bring your own pumpkin, because pumpkins ain't cheap.
Bring your own pumpkin.
I don't know how much they are at Lucky. That's probably our best option.
Yeah.
Because we do the gingerbread house.
Yep. What else have we done? We did that twice, right?
We've done it 2 years in a row.
Yeah.
Which we'll probably do again.
Mm-hmm.
Which I'm cool with that.
Yep.
And yeah, I'm looking forward to the pumpkin carving contest next year. We'll have to figure out a good day for all of us to do it.
Yep.
And yeah, it just came to me. I'm like, we should do this for ISR.
There you go. I like the idea.
I like that. How was your weekend?
It was.
You worked.
I worked. Yeah, I saw you on Friday.
You
night.
did.
Thanks for coming in.
Me, Devin, Alex Ridley came.
Yeah,
It was a good
to
time.
see Alex again for the first time in a long time.
Yeah, she's back in town. She
Mhm.
was previously in Portland doing some school stuff.
Yep.
Shout out to her for bettering her future.
Yep. You probably heard her name on the show before because she is cousins of Rowdy Tellez.
Which she is our niche.
She wish she could be our shoe in there.
Yes.
And she's in our NASCAR pool.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
We're drinking
Some Negronis.
Negronis.
These are not traditional Negronis, and they're only different because instead of sweet vermouth, which I ran out of, you usually have a full bottle of that in the fridge. Fucked up this week.
It's okay.
Went to Lawler's and didn't grab it, but I used Amaro Nonino instead, which is another nice bittersweet liqueur. It kind of brings a similar aspect to the table as sweet vermouth. So
It's good.
yeah, it's a sipper.
I kind of hate drinking a Negroni right now just because it's like all the rage on TikTok.
This is a traditional cocktail, not that Negroni Spagliato bullshit with Prosecco.
I can't even say that second word you just said.
Spagliato.
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 Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
It does look a little tough.
Yeah.
Spagliato.
Okay. I imagine it's how people read my last name. It's like they don't even try it.
Sama guy?
Yeah. So speaking of Lawlers, not only did you buy booze, but you bought the one thing that we're all waiting for you to drink, especially me.
Here it is.
There it is.
For the viewing audience. Nice, cool. Oops, that's upside down. 211.
And for those, listening, it's a Steel Reserve 211 tall can.
Mm-hmm. It's going back in the ice until I'm ready for it.
Did they judge you when you got it? Could you tell?
Yes, so Pete Pete was looking at all the things I had on the table. He's like, man, that 211 really fits in with everything else you got here.
You tell him the story?
I just told him I lost a bet.
Yeah.
made it quick and easy.
I like that.
But he did laugh, so I was glad to get a smile out of Pete because that's not the first thing he does every day.
No, he's a serious dude, but he's a cool dude.
Mm-hmm.
Love Pete, love George. Always support Lawlers when I can.
Oh yeah, best prices, man. Gotta say,
Shocking when you tell me that.
it really is. Like I go to Redwood Liquor a lot, or did back in the day when I was living over in Dover.
R.I.P.
That place is a fucking ripoff compared to Lawlers.
Like that bad?
Yeah, like it's.
How much is a bottle of Maker's Mark at Redwood compared to, would you say, Lawlers?
So I want to say at Redwood you'd probably see it in like the 55 or 60 range, and at Lawlers I got it today for $40.
How much would it be like at a Safeway?
And then I got it at Safeway recently for about $60.
60?
Yeah.
Damn.
Which I was like, I want to do something because I've lost the only handles they have at Safeway are Bullet and Makers. And I just, Bullet's not my favorite anymore. It's not bad, but it's just not my favorite.
I can't imagine why you wouldn't like Bullet anymore.
The Bullet, okay, I'll give Bullet Rye. It's a little better than the bourbon, but we did have plenty of Bullet at the Dover House. Which is, Bullet Rye was Dylan's favorite versus Bullet Bourbon.
There was Bullet Bourbon and Bullet Rye.
Yeah.
And was Bullet Rye the green label?
Yeah, that's what he always
That's what
drank.
he always drank. Yeah.
Which I'm fine with that one. But yeah. Yes, great prices over there at Lawler's. Go support them. Having a huge sale on December 9th, I learned today.
Ooh.
Spreading the word.
Do they want you to spread the word?
Hey, he told us right to our face, so.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Also, before we move on, do you know that it is your quarterback's birthday today? Jimmy Garoppolo's 31st birthday.
Hey, yo, Big Jim. I did not know that.
So, give me your favorite moment of Jimmy Garoppolo's career. Sitting on the bench.
That sick overthrow in the Super Bowl was pretty
That was
cool.
going to be my answer. I was going to make a joke. Oh, you read me like a book right there.
I mean, he aired it out. You got to give it to him. Probably his furthest he's ever thrown the ball in his career.
I was totally going to make a joke and you ruined it.
Stole your thunder, bitch.
I thought you were going to say NFC Championship, beat the Packers, whip that ass.
Yeah, he really beat the Packers.
Yeah, it was Raheem
both times,
yeah.
Both times, yeah. He really just let it fly.
So, I talk shit about your Niners, but cheers to Jimmy G, you handsome bastard.
Mm-hmm. He's there. He's here. He's he's won a lot of games. Gotta hand it to him.
Yes. What do I say about Jimmy Garoppolo?
He wins games.
He wins games.
He's on the team when they win. All right.
What are we getting into today?
So, we have a big soccer update, Champions League.
We got a lot to talk about.
It is a big show.
It's a big show.
Big show. Get ready.
Sorry to your mom. The food's going to get cold for us.
Yeah, it is what it is. We'll eat it at some point.
It's all right. That's why they make microwaves.
Right. We're going to be using that mic tonight. So, yes, Champions League group stage wrapped up today, so we're going to get into that a little bit.
Okay.
Of course, we're watching Game 4 of the World Series right now. This is the third time in 4 games that Houston has gotten out to a 5-0 lead. It's gone well once and gone terribly once for them, so we'll see how this goes. So plenty of baseball left. We're here in the 6th inning. So we will talk about the World Series.
This TV's massive that you got, man.
It doesn't hurt to have.
Every once in a while, I'm like, God damn. This thing would take up half of my room if I put it in my room. It's nice.
It's nice. College football, big week of picks. We're going big. 8 games
for college football.
For college football. And we had the CFP rankings come out yesterday.
Yes.
So we'll be talking that a smidge. NFL as always, and we're down to one final race in NASCAR season for the championship this coming Sunday. So we'll be talking about that.
Okay.
And let's get into it.
Yes.
We're starting with not football Americano, but football of the rest of the world, soccer. Champions League, like I said, group stage is complete. PSG clinched their spot in the round of 16 last week with a big 7-2 win over Maccabi. They also went again today, 2-1 over Juventus, but they're going to finish runner-up in Group H because of a tiebreaker, unfortunately.
Hate tiebreakers.
Yeah, so today Benfica won 6-1 over Maccabi, and that got their goal differential equal with PSG and brought to the next tiebreaker, which is away goals, which they have the advantage over, 9-6.
What's up with these 7-2, 9-6s?
Big, yeah.
These are like baseball scores.
Yeah. Well, 9-6 is how many away goals they had in the 6 games versus PSG's only 6 away goals.
Yeah.
But yeah, 7-2 and 6-1, those are pretty big soccer scores for sure. Sometimes you see that in Champions League because teams will qualify, but they're playing like lesser divisions or lower leagues. So
you really gotta walk me through all that shit.
Right. But now we're on to round of 16. This is pretty much not exactly the best 16 teams in Europe, but pretty darn close.
Have I asked you if you really had to want to learn all this stuff about Champions League?
I mean, I guess I've kind of given it a chance in the past, so that's kind of helped. But
it's not that I'm against it.
Yeah.
It's just it's really hard for me to.
I think Champions League is probably the coolest sporting tournament maybe in the world. Just the way it's way it's all put together. And You know, you're getting teams from different leagues, and Europe has a big advantage in the fact that there's so many good big leagues in Europe that play soccer. Like in baseball and football, we just have the one league in the United States, and it's really the only country that hosts those sports. In a major way, you know.
All right.
So it's a little different, but I guess Champions League is in a way just like a elevated version of the playoffs that you see in America.
Okay.
Yeah. That's my best way to put it.
Yeah.
So group winners, we got Napoli, Porto, Bayern Munich, Tottenham, Chelsea, Real Madrid, Manchester City, and Benfica. We will be playing one of those teams. And then the runners-up are Liverpool, Club Brugge, Inter Milan, Frankfurt, AC Milan, Leipzig, Dortmund, and of course PSG. And the round of 16 draw, which is out of a hat apparently, November 7th.
Out of a hat?
I don't know how they do it, but it's not like a bracket yet.
Here's my motherfucking hat.
So we're gonna be playing a tough team, no matter what. We're playing a winner of one of the groups.
To be the best, you gotta beat the best.
Yep. And we're gonna be the best. So bring it on, whoever you are.
Let's go.
Might as well give us the toughest team left. Give us Real Madrid. Fuck it, right out the gate.
Yeah.
Bring it on, Sal.
Come on.
Let's go.
Come on.
We got 2 more League One games for PSG before the World Cup break, which is November 20th is the first games, I believe.
Okay.
Yes. U.S. plays their first game on Monday, November 21st against Wales. I'm kind of stoked for World Cup.
Wales, not the mammal.
No. Yes. No H in there.
No.
Yeah, it should be fun. We should maybe get together. It's gonna be Thanksgiving week.
Yeah, I mean,
Get together for a game. They're gonna be playing at 11 in the morning. I don't know what's your.
what day of the week is that? Monday?
The first game is Monday, but then they play again on Friday, and then the following Tuesday.
Well, I don't work Monday. I work Friday.
Maybe we could watch the first game.
Yeah. I'm down with that. I actually have one thing of PSG that I was going to say for last call, but since we're talking about it.
Just let it ride.
So my boy.
Your boy? You got a boy?
My boy Kendrick Lamar was recently spotted at a PSG game with his boy Baby Keem, who is also a artist, rapper, whatever you want to say. We should have been there.
Shoulda, woulda, coulda.
I would have fangirled so hard if I would have saw him. And actually, I would have kept it cool.
Yeah.
I would have been like, oh my god, Kendrick Lamar's right there.
Yeah.
But I'd be like, I'm going to be cool about it.
Yeah. Like, hey, Kendrick.
So if Kendrick likes PSG,
you like PSG.
I like PSG.
I mean, he is your boy.
Yeah. He's got good taste. He's got good music. I'm good with it.
Mm-hmm.
And thank you, Devin, for bringing that to my attention.
Oh, because you didn't do it yourself?
Yeah.
You're fake.
She sent it to me.
Fair enough.
But I wanted to talk about it.
Nice.
Oh, it's out.
Before I crack this, just want to wrap up the soccer section. We got MLS Cup Championship on Saturday rather. You know how much we love the MLS.
Yeah.
Go Quakes.
Don't even bring up those motherfuckers.
The only reason I'm talking about this is it's amazing that Philadelphia is just they're at the top of they're riding high right now. They got another team in a championship game.
Dude, don't even get me started.
I know you love Philly.
But don't.
They got the 7-0 Eagles.
Yeah, they're Feagles because they're fake. They're frauds.
We got the Phillies in the World Series. Who'd have thought?
They're the Freagles.
Yeah. 76ers, you know, there's something. They're living large right now.
So Devin listens to Travis and Jason Kelsey's podcast.
Oh, right,
I told you that.
Yeah. And Jason plays for the Eagles, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And they were talking about Mount Rushmore of athletes from Philly, or like Philly athletes. You know, and they were talking about Allen Iverson, maybe Reggie White.
So they just had to be guys who played for Philly teams.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And they were, Jason Kelsey was saying he doesn't like doing Mount Rushmores, but he kind of was just saying all those kind of guys, and he almost didn't want to do one because Philly fans would be like, no,
right.
You're wrong. Yeah. Like I don't know who I would put. I'd probably put like Allen Iverson. Maybe like wasn't Mike Schmidt good?
Yeah, Mike Schmidt was a great player.
Yeah, I think he wanted to put, Pete Rose.
But he played for.
Well, exactly. Yeah. He was kind of what he said.
That one's no.
And you know who I would put, regardless of it being a real character or not? I'm putting Rocky Balboa.
I knew you were gonna say that.
Rocky Balboa. The motherfucker has a statue in Philly. Okay.
This guy's throwing a no-hitter.
Is he?
I just jinxed it, but he's throwing a no-hitter for the Astros. Sorry, but anyways,
I would put as a joke.
I honestly thought that's where this was going. I thought it was going to be Philadelphia, natives, but So that's why I had it in my head.
No, if it's natives or what they mean
He'd
in
be there
Philadelphia,
for sure.
Rocky Balboa.
Right.
I mean Sylvester Stallone, slash Rocky Balboa.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm a Rocky guy.
Yeah, I know you are.
Fuck Philly, but I'm a Rocky guy. I actually have nothing against Philly, really, except for the Eagles.
Yeah, I know you don't like the Eagles.
Every time I watch the Phillies now, I think of the dude that I met at R&D.
Yeah.
He was cool.
I gotta say, though, I'm gonna praise him in one way, but also insult him in another. Philly fans are very annoying, like, naturally. They just have, like, I feel like somewhat unrealistic expectations of their franchises. But at the same time, they're very passionate. And I gotta say, the Phillies fan base during the World Series, they are fucking loud. Like, throughout the playoffs. I mean, every fan base during the playoffs they're into it.
Yeah.
But
I was
like they're
listening.
on another level.
I was listening to KMBR today, and they were talking to Tim Kirkchin.
Mhm.
Did I say that right?
Yep.
He said it's one of the loudest stadiums he's ever. He said he was talking to someone like I think it was on the broadcast for ESPN, and he was like probably as far as we are, you
Right.
could barely even hear him.
Yeah. No, I mean, they're consistently rowdy.
Yeah.
They're pretty good.
And they were saying,
Gotta say.
I think the manager was saying, he's like, I've never been to a game and the people were standing the whole time.
Yeah, that too. I have noticed that. They're like always standing. I think Joe Davis, or maybe it was John Smoltz actually, late in the game yesterday, he said, I don't even know why they have seats at the stadium.
That's pretty funny.
All right.
They are very passionate. I do respect that.
Right.
Because I know how much I love my teams.
Right.
But they do love their team, and you can't help it.
Yeah, no.
You,
I mean,
you gotta respect it.
yeah.
They literally live and die.
Right.
For the Eagles, Phillies, Flyers.
They're always the quickest to boo
Phillies.
their players, though. Philadelphia fans in general.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, I'm going in for my first sip of this 2-11.
Hold on, could I also put Mark Wahlberg from Invincible on the Mount Rushmore? Remember the movie Invincible where he played the football player?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
What was his name? Vince Papali?
Yeah, something like that. I forgot about that.
That's more of a joke.
Yeah. He's also very blustered, you know.
Yeah, he's a. That's a good point.
New England
They
guy.
should have had Stallone play that role.
Stallone.
How do you think Stallone's like?
No, there's no way. I guarantee you. I bet
Yeah,
he's
can you
from
look?
like New York. Sylvester Stallone. I
He's-
guarantee you
He's
from
not
New
from
York.
Philly. There's no
Yeah.
way.
If he's from Philly, I'm gonna die. I see New York City, but that's not giving it away.
He was born
Born in Manhattan.
Manhattan. I wonder why he chose Philly for Rocky. You know, I don't think I've ever. I'm sure someone's
Well, is
asked
the
him.
actual Rocky from Philly?
It's based in Philadelphia.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like I don't think it's like Gotham City, but it's in New York. I think
Yeah.
I think Rocky is in Philly. Right. Dude, if it's not, I'm gonna be really upset. I know Danny's.
I'm gonna
listening.
go
I know
with
Danny's
the-
listening right now, being like, "It's from Philly." Is it?
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah. Was Rocky Balboa was born in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
Right. Yeah. Bobby Balboa.
Bet-
That's what he should have been, Bobby.
Bobby Balboa.
Robert.
And the best Rocky still to this day.
4.
Thank you.
All right.
All right, give us a taste test. And I'm also trying this taco truck lager that you got from Dust Bowl.
We'll see if I get to that one.
You might not.
Yeah.
It took me a long time.
This thing's ice cold though. I'm digging that side of it.
Okay, it's not bad.
That tastes like. I mean, it's probably gonna hurt a little later, but I don't know. It tastes like banquet or something.
Just wait
Like a shitty
wait
banquet.
for it to warm up a little
Yeah.
bit.
It's got a little sour taste at the end.
Yeah.
But it's shrinkable right now.
Even I would pound that.
Yeah, I might have to get into it. Okay, back to business. So, speaking of the World Series, Game 4 is on right now. Like I said, Phillies lead the series 2-1. Let's just rehash the first 3 games.
Rehash.
Phillies came back from 5-0 deficit in the first game to win 6, 5, and 10 innings. JT Real minutes.
Great
So,
game.
Yeah, it was amazing. World
This is the
Series
first
game.
time we talked the World Series.
It is. Because that game was on Tuesday.
Yep.
Is that right? No, Tuesday. Friday. Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I was at the Marriott watching it.
Yeah. Big come from behind win for the Phillies. Realmuto with the go-ahead homer in the 10th. Justin Verlander got off to a good start, but finished not so strong. Excuse me.
Can I mention real quick that Justin Verlander has pitched in the World Series in 3 different decades?
That is pretty wild.
And I also did not know that he actually was. I didn't know the Tigers win those 6,
Mhm.
and I didn't know he pitched in that game or in that series.
Right. Yeah.
It's pretty remarkable.
They got. Did they get swept by the Cardinals there? Maybe. Or maybe 5-4.
Yeah.
5. Yeah. It was not. It was a quick series.
Yes, or SportsCenter's Instagram account showed a picture. It was 06, 2012 when they played the Giants,
Right.
and then this year.
Yeah.
And it's funny how skinny he was in 2006.
Oh yeah.
And he looked like
He's
himself
a little more filled
in
out.
2012, and now he looks a little thick, but he's still doing his thing, so
Right.
I can't talk shit.
Yeah.
That's pretty remarkable.
Yeah.
3 different decades. I mean, how many pitchers do you think have actually done that?
Yeah. I mean, the fact that he's pitching his 4th World Series is also impressive. Or yeah, 4th, I believe, right? Because he didn't pitch last year.
Well,
Because he pitched for the Astros in 2017 as well.
did he pitch for him last year too?
No.
No.
Because he was injured all year.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Okay, right.
So yeah. But anyways,
That's cool.
did he's not a good World Series pitcher though.
No, he's not.
Now career World Series ERA is 6.07 in 8 career starts. That's well.
And he's gonna win the Cy Young this year, huh?
Most likely. I mean, 1.7 ERA he had this year.
Wow.
But yeah, he doesn't. I wonder what it is. Maybe do you think it's maybe fatigue, or do you think it's just not living up to the moment?
I think
To me, he feels like a big game pitcher, but
I think it could be fatigue. I think
it's fatigue.
I think you're also pitching against the second,
the best, yeah.
one of the best teams, in either gonna be you or them to be the best team in the league, quote unquote.
Right.
So you're playing really good players. I
mean,
mean, it's tough.
It's really too biased of me to say this, but I compare him to Madison Bumgarner, who, he's a very good regular season pitcher, but in the playoffs he's
Yeah, like you can probably compare Verlander to Clayton Kershaw.
In a way, yeah.
World Series champion, but
Right.
kind of doesn't really do it in postseason as well.
Right. Yeah.
But what's funny about Bumgarner is he's probably not going to go to the Hall of Fame. But Verlander and Kershaw are shoo-ins.
Right.
So, which career would you rather have?
I'm taking Bummy all day.
I'm probably picking the rings.
Yeah, give me those rings. Give me the accolade, like the postseason accolades.
I mean, if I got one like those two pitchers have, Kershaw and Verlander,
That's
and
not bad.
And I also have the Cy Youngs and the accolades
It's
and the
not bad.
MVPs and the Triple Crowns, then it's almost like they have the best of both worlds. I think they would rather have Bumgarner's probably World Series career.
Right.
I bet you Bumgarner would be like, you know what, it'd be nice to have. He wouldn't trade what he has, but I think he'd say,
oh yeah,
it'd be nice to
there's
have
no
the
way.
Cy Youngs and the Triple Crowns.
Right. And even longevity, because Bum's kind of seems like he's fading, and he's only like 33 years old.
Yeah.
So
I think we are more biased, obviously, towards Bumgarner, but
I mean, when you are a 3-time champion, you pretty much put your team on a back for one of those championships.
well, he did.
And you got a World Series career ERA of 0.25. I'm not trading that. I don't think for anything. You could be like honestly a mediocre pitcher in the regular season and still have that. Might not trade it for
Yeah.
anything.
As a fan, yeah, you want the rings.
Yeah.
And as a player, you do too.
Yeah.
Is that really his ERA in the World Series?
I'm pretty sure it's 0.25.
0.25. I'll never forget that game 7, man.
Unreal.
I'll never forget being at Frida's. That game felt like it went 48 hours.
Looking at James's bitchy little face.
No, I think James
Did he not come with us?
He
on
picked
that
us up at Frida's. I remember
Oh,
that.
that's right.
And then we came back here.
You're right. He was there for Ishikawa's walk-off home run
Yeah.
in the championship series.
Good times.
Good times. Back to baseball. Game 2, the Astros got out to another 5-0 lead, but they held on to it this time. Framber Valdez, very good in the game. 6 1/3, 9 strikeouts.
dreads, right?
Yeah, big old dreads.
People
pretty nice.
were saying that he had some type of like stick up.
Well, they saw him like do like the ear thing and the wrist thing.
And he had went in his glove too a little bit.
But I mean, if the umpires are checking him every other inning or whatever, I mean.
Well, I thought it could be it could be sweat that he could be doing that.
Yeah,
with.
and that's totally legal. Yeah.
It's legal.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's part of your body. You
Right.
can't.
Yeah.
People just with the Astros, they love just to nitpick on things. In the
Oh
game.
yeah, I mean, yeah. Everyone's just looking for something.
Yeah. But when the Phillies are stealing signs, nobody really cares, right? So that's all I'm saying.
Yeah. One thing of note, and it's sort of came to fruition today. Aaron Nola and Zach Wheeler, the Philadelphia Aces, haven't been so nice in this World Series so far. Nola gave up 5 runs in the first game, and Wheeler did the second in the second game.
Okay.
And I know Nola got taken out before the runs were scored, but I think those were his base runners on base.
They should be, right?
When he came out that scored. So to me, even regardless of what's happening in this game, I feel like the Astros should have felt fine given that they hit their aces pretty well.
Yeah.
I mean, but
Who do you think's going to pitch tomorrow for the Astros? Is it going to be Verlander?
probably back to Verlander, I would think. Yeah. I mean, it's
Well, actually,
it's going to be his turn.
Actually, for the Phillies, he won Verlander. Apparently,
Right.
what we were talking about.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. In Game 3, though, the Phillies did just absolutely mash their way to a 7-0 win, 5 home runs in the game. This might change today, but they are 6-0 at home in the postseason.
I saw that
Which is
today.
pretty impressive. And I think they hit 17 home runs, which I believe is the most home runs a team has ever hit in home games in the postseason in that span of games.
It's impressive.
Just teeing off. The World Series, it's going to be wrapped up by our next episode.
It will.
So, last baseball segment, most likely next week.
Okay.
We'll get to our favorite time of the year, where it's football. Football only.
Pigskin, baby, pigskin.
Right.
It is a little sad, though.
Right. Yeah. We do like to represent baseball on the show. So.
Of course.
But yeah.
Bro, that Negroni got me feeling nice.
Yeah.
Oh,
A little toasted.
Feeling good. There you go. And think of it this way: you still might have to drink one more of those.
Don't get me too excited.
I'm not.
All right, here we go. It looks like we're going to the top of the seventh.
Seventh, I think.
Getting close to seventh inning stretch.
Still throwing no hitter.
I think so. Christian Javier is just dealing right
I mean, if you're Dusty, just keep him in, right?
now. We'll see.
Right. Oh, Dusty, just go with your gut, man.
Oh, it was just the seventh inning stretch, so we're going bottom
7.
Bottom 7. We'll keep tabs on this game while we cruise through the rest of the show.
Has there only been 2 no hitters / like perfect games in playoff history?
I know Roy Halladay and then the guy.
Someone else, right?
Was it Don Larson?
Yeah,
I think for the Yankees.
I think it was only 2.
Yeah, probably. I mean, throwing one of those regardless and then doing it against a playoff caliber team,
Yeah, exactly.
nonetheless, is
Exactly.
not easy,
No.
especially in this scenario. Oh, they took him out.
They took him out.
Christian Javier is done. They're going for the team no-hitter,
That's okay.
which I think the Astros have done one of those this year against
Have
the
they?
Yankees. Yep.
Well,
So we'll see what happens here. Brian Abreu's in.
do you like that?
I don't know how many pitches he had, but I know in today's era of baseball, the analytics tell you that, third time through the lineup, a lot of pitchers deteriorate.
Okay.
Or not deteriorate, not a good word, but they
Yeah,
fall off.
They fall off. Yeah.
All right. You ready for college football, Gage?
Yes.
First off, we're going to recap our Week 9 picks. You're now 4-3,
Thanks.
still over 500. I dropped to 3-4. I went 0-2 this week.
Dude, I'm feeling like the pick master when it comes to this and the NFL. I'm feeling good right now.
You are on fire in the NFL.
Feeling very good.
You are on fire right now. I got to give it to you.
My Bengals let me down. We'll get to it. It's
Yep.
okay.
But first things first, you got the only win of the week with Tennessee covering that 12.5 point spread over Kentucky. They won big time, 44-6.
Jeez.
Not a test at all for them.
Number 1 ranked Tennessee.
Number 1 ranked, which
Shout
we're
out
going to
to-
get to. Yeah.
shout out to
Darts.
Shout out to Darts Del Campo, baby.
Yeah. You did lose on the Kansas State covering 1.5 against Oklahoma State. You had Oklahoma State, and they lost
That was bad.
48-0.
Yeah, I saw it. I was like,
48-0, man.
ouch.
That is a big ouch.
Bad call on my part. It's okay. Can't win them all.
I think if I was picking that game, I would have picked Oklahoma State too, so don't feel too bad.
Okay, thank you. That makes me feel better.
Yeah. I lost both my matchups. Ohio State did not cover the 15.5 point spread over Penn State.
Dude.
And I want to feel bad about this one, but I shouldn't because this game was close all the way through, so they probably didn't really deserve a cover.
Did you see me and Scott talking shit about you?
I noticed it late because I woke up pretty late.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I did see it.
And
was
then
pretty funny.
I was listening to it on the radio, and I came back, and I was like, wait, they're not covering.
Yeah, because I think Penn State had
They-
sort of a garbage time touchdown. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, lost that one by just a mere 2.5 points. Also, Syracuse really let me down.
Nico, come on.
Bruh. Notre Dame. Remember, who did they lose to?
Stanford.
They lost to this team right here.
You're pretty cute, by the way.
Yeah.
I know what you're doing here.
Yeah.
I know. Oh, yeah.
You're not ready for me.
The First thing I noticed about you when I first saw your old get-up, I'm like, oh, Stanford and Niner hat.
I am coordinated, my friend. Don't get me wrong. I'm coordinated.
Nothing's by accident. I know that.
Yes, always for a reason. But anyways, Notre Dame,
Who
lost to Stanford.
Who they lose to?
They also beat Syracuse. What does that mean, though? Does that mean Stanford's better than Syracuse?
No.
I tried. I tried.
Absolutely not.
Okay. Anyways, so yes, 0-2 for me this week. Before we get into our Week 10 picks,
Yes.
we're going to talk about the top 6 in the CFP rankings. Tennessee, like you mentioned, got the number 1 ranking. Very deserved. Your thoughts?
I'm waiting to drink my Fournette shots, Danny.
I know. I've been thinking about that.
He mentioned Fournette because I reposted the picture of the 211. He was like, I don't see any Fournette. So I was thinking to myself, is he going to be on? I'm taking 2 back-to-back right now, which ain't shit to me.
I'll buy the bottle, but I think Danny should buy the bottle.
My thoughts initially are Georgia being 3, I guess. I know they probably don't want to think about last season, but they are.
Right.
They're defending champs.
Yeah, so we have Tennessee number 1, Ohio State 2, Georgia 3, Clemson 4, Michigan 5, Alabama 6. Yeah, I get where you're at with that. I thought they would probably put them at 2, but they didn't. Mm-hmm. I think, to me, Tennessee, if they didn't put them at number 1, I don't know what this committee's watching. And it's not because of, eye test. They have easily the best resume so far. They've beaten Alabama.
Yes.
I think they've beaten number 10 LSU. Mm-hmm. And I think they have 2 other ranked wins. Georgia just has the one over Oregon.
And they play Georgia soon, right?
And they play Georgia this coming week. It's going to be a
That's going to change a lot.
Yeah. And in fairness, Georgia wins this game, they're going to be number 1. So, and they're favorites. So it doesn't really matter, but I think they did do Tennessee right by putting them in 1. Ohio State and Georgia, I think you can maybe say they're interchangeable at 2 and 3. But
and if I'm not wrong, Tennessee, Ohio State, Georgia, Clemson, Michigan, and TCU are all undefeated, right?
Correct, yeah. I thought that TCU deserved a little more love. I understand putting Bama above them because they have the best loss.
Yes.
Because, you probably would say if TCU had to play Tennessee, they would have lost, most likely. But they do have a pretty good resume as well.
No, shout out to USC and UCLA, 9 and 12.
Yeah, we got some Pac-12 representation.
And Oregon at 8.
Oregon
at 8. Whoa, wait, did I just shout out Oregon? Whoa, oh. Well, I might have been.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think they did pretty well on this first one. The only one that, since I was watching the selection show or whatever, they questioned the Clemson over Michigan. I haven't really watched either of those teams enough to say. Right. I feel like Clemson from the games I have watched of them, they haven't been overly impressive, so I could see why that was in question within number 4.
Also, shout out to the former national champion UCF Knights for being in the top 25.
Yeah, that's true. They are. I think they're underdogs in their next game.
Really?
They're playing Memphis, who was always their toughest competition in conference.
Okay. I didn't get a good enough laugh out of you when I said former national champs. Remember how they claimed that?
You are funny.
Remember how they claimed that?
Because they did go,
undefeated.
13-0 or something?
They won
14-0?
They won the Peach Bowl or the Orange Bowl.
Yeah, they beat Auburn, I think. Yeah. That was good for them.
That was really good for them.
National champs, that's funny.
It's also funny how you could just say, "Oh, I'm the national champ."
Yeah, I want to see that banner in Central Florida.
I think they have it like you know how they have a ring of honor for every stadium, football stadium. I think they have it on a ring.
Too good. I wonder how many people actually look at that and they're like, "Oh yeah, we're definitely national champs that year."
Whatever people need to get by.
Right. We beat the 9-3 Auburn Tigers.
Whatever they need to get by.
You didn't even let us play Bama that year.
No.
All right, Week 10 picks. You ready?
Yes.
I'm gonna read off the games. Oregon State is ranked. I did a little research. Oh, no, I don't want to open that. Oregon State is ranked for the first time since August 31st, 2013.
Wow. Go Beavers,
And
baby.
now they're in our picks because of that.
It's the only Oregon team that I like.
I definitely don't like the green ones.
No.
So, yes, number 23, Oregon State. They will be at Washington, who is actually favored in the game, unfortunately.
Wait, so Oregon State, they're not in the CFP top 25?
They are.
Oh, they are. Okay, I missed that. Wow.
Yeah. Number 23.
Pardon me. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Yep. They are at Washington. Oh, by the way, that last time they were ranked, they lost to Eastern Washington in the first game of the year. So that was killer.
Yeah, that's great.
Anyways, back to business. Washington 4.5 point favorites at home against Oregon State. We also have 2 big SEC games. Tennessee at Georgia.
Yep.
Georgia's 8-point favorites there. And then we also have Alabama at home. Or no, sorry, at LSU. But they're 13.5 point favorites on the road. That's going to be a tough one. Then over in the Big 12, we got Oklahoma State still in our picks. I think that's like 4 straight weeks. 2-point favorites on the road at Kansas, and then number 24 Texas, 2.5 point road favorites at number 13 Kansas State. Interesting there. And then I threw this one in there only because we have 2 friends that go to these schools. Syracuse is at Pittsburgh, who's a 3.5 point favorite. If you know who those friends are. Nico and Ashley.
Nico and Ashley.
Yeah.
They'll be talking shit. They'll be talking shit this week.
Should be a fun one. I had to. I saw it. I was like, okay, I'm fitting this one in, so I got to throw another game in.
Yeah.
And then we got more ACC action. Number 21, Wake Forest at the 4-point road favorite at number 22, NC State, and then last but not least, number 4, Clemson, 3.5 point road favorites at Notre Dame, who lost to Stanford.
Oh man, who starts first?
I think I gave you the honors last week, so I'm gonna take it this week. I am going to go with. Ooh, this is tough. I think Kansas State's a little high on the horse, so I'm going to take Texas minus 2.5.
Okay.
On the road.
I'm picking them this week because I've been talking shit, and Nico's been talking shit too. I'm picking Syracuse plus 3.5.
I'm glad you took that one off my plate.
Yes.
Appreciate it.
I'm picking Syracuse off the bat plus 3.5 over Pitt. Sorry, Ashley. You don't listen to us, but it's okay.
At least Nico gives us a little love. I know he liked my story.
He reposted us.
Yep.
Appreciate that.
He liked my story of the 2-11 today, so cheers, Nico. Go Qs. Okay, next up, I'm taking Clemson minus 3.5 at Notre Dame. I mean, they lost to Stanford for the 3rd time. Easy one for me, I feel like.
Ooh. I'm gonna go Tennessee plus 8.
Ooh, I like that pick, Gage.
I was Tennessee plus 8. I think it's gonna be close.
That's a good one. I dig it.
I think Georgia has a really good chance of winning, but I still think they're not gonna win by much.
I think that Tennessee keeping it a 1-score game is very realistic. At the least. I'm going to. Sorry, Beavers. I know we just praised you for being ranked for the first time in almost 10 years, but I'm going to take Washington minus 4.5 at home. They've been ranked at one point this year as well. Both teams are 6-2. I'm going to give it to the Huskies on this one.
Okay.
So that leaves you with Oklahoma State, Kansas, Wake Forest, NC State, and Bama, LSU.
Man, I hate to do it because I hate the number, but I'm going to go Bama minus 13.5.
That's that's going to be a tough one. On the road.
I'm going to do it, though.
But LSU has been up and down, this year.
Feel good about it. Feel good.
Okay. I know they just got burned real bad, 48-0, but I'm going to go Oklahoma State minus 2 at Kansas.
Okay. I'm going to go NC State plus 4.
All right. There it is. There it is.
Picks are in.
This is going to be a big week for us. Could totally turn our seasons upside down, or could put them in the right direction.
I'm feeling 4-0.
Or neither. Could be one of 3 things: good, bad, or neutral.
We're gonna get good at this eventually.
I would think so.
Right?
I'm feeling really good about the NFL with us two right now.
I've had 2 good weeks personally.
Yeah, you're 5-1 the last 2 weeks. I'm 4-2.
Yeah.
Taking that all day long.
Whole day.
I'll go 4-2 for the rest of the year and be rich by 2024 when Prop 27 goes through.
Oh my God, get over it.
Anyways.
Jeez.
All right, that was cute, but it's time for the real thing.
What you've all been waiting for.
The NFL segment of the show.
The National Football League.
That was easy.
God, I keep like picking this up and setting it down. I need to actually take a sip.
What are you at right now?
Not far
Oh,
enough.
bro.
long way.
The boss.
Bruce, Miles Teller. Yeah.
He's actually a Philly guy.
Yeah. Okay.
Craig Bishop. Oh, okay.
Fraud ass Hall of Famer.
Oh my God.
Kate. Wait. Oh wait. I got thrown off by the Philly jersey there, but that was not her. Joe. Where's Joe? He couldn't make it to the game?
He's probably busy.
Nah. He only has a country to run. Okay.
Oh, shit.
Before we talk week 8, let's talk about a few big moves at the trade line.
All right, I like that.
Dolphins. Got Bradley Chubb from the Broncos. Mm-hmm. Pretty nice edge rusher pickup.
Yeah.
Although he's been, outside of his rookie year, I feel like he's been a slight disappointment for the Broncos. But maybe a little change of scenery turns things around. He's still a young player. Your thoughts?
You know, I saw the Trey Lance trade gave the Dolphins
A lot.
It gave them Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, and now
Oh, because they used some of those picks. Yeah.
Bradley Chubb.
Right. Oh, because they used another one.
Yeah.
Good thoughts. Good.
Which, you know, those seem like all good players to me.
Yeah.
I mean, Tyreek Hill, at least for fantasy, the dude is just like an automatic 20
Right.
points a week.
Well, he's like 3 out of 4 weeks he's total boom, and then he'll have the one bust week.
But, I mean, you can't
ask for it every week.
Every week,
Right?
Maybe unless you're
But he doesn't have
your Cooper Cup last.
He
year.
feels like one of those guys that doesn't have average weeks. It's either like he's going for 25 or he's going for like 7.
He's really good.
Right.
Even without Mahomes, he's really good.
Yeah.
They're both really good together and then apart.
Yeah. But Dolphins are going for it.
I like what Mike McDaniel's doing. I know
he's got it going on.
He's an old Niner guy.
Yeah.
I just, I like he's doing different. He's going for it.
Yep. Also, the Ravens got Roquan Smith from the Bears. Nice middle linebacker addition, tackling machine. Nothing really to note there.
No.
The Bears did also get Chase Claypool from the Steelers, so they're going both directions on this one.
Yeah.
Getting a weapon for Justin Fields, who seems to be improving a little bit.
He's using his feet a lot recently.
Yep. Which
whatever works.
with that receiving core, yes, you should use your feet. But now he's got a weapon, hopefully. Also, I thought this one was really interesting. T.J. Hawkinson, who's one of the better tight ends in the league, going from the Lions in Division to the Vikings.
That's something you see.
Not very often, no. But they have done business. They did a draft day trade, I believe, this past season. So not unfamiliar to be making calls to each other. But yeah, I think that's actually a really good pickup for the Vikings. Mm-hmm. It gives them, Justin Jefferson, Thielen, Dalvin Cook, and now T.J. Hawkinson.
The 6-1 Vikings.
6-1 Vikings.
They are the sneakiest 6-1 I think I've ever seen.
I was about to say them, and like now that the Titans have won 5 in a row, 2 like under the radar, pretty solid teams right now. I can't even talk shit to Jeremy right now. They're 6-1. What can I say? Yeah, but they're 0-1 on primetime, so keep that in mind.
Well, that's coupons for you.
That's coops.
That's current coupons for you. I don't know if I'm mistaken, but I don't remember. Why do I feel like NFL trades don't really happen like in this kind of bulk?
So, I want to say it was like 3 years ago, the trade deadline moved from week 6 to after week 8, which changes things a lot. Because in week 6 you don't really know where your team's at.
Yeah.
Week 8 makes it a little bit more like the regular trade deadlines for other sports, where you kind of have a feeling for your team and you can maybe sell or buy. Mm-hmm. So I think that's changed things a lot. And like the a lot of these GMs are changing the way they value draft picks, which I think has changed things a lot as well. Okay, ready to talk about your boys?
Yeah, I watched.
You got your victory beanie on today.
I got my
beanie on.
It's cold. It's not really cold. It's not cold.
It's California cold.
Yeah, it's California cold. It's colder than what we've been used to recently.
Yes.
So, yeah, the Cowboys won 49 to 29.
Dude, they put up a number
against the Bears.
They put up a number.
They almost put up 50.
Yeah.
They almost put up 50.
If it was Jim Harbaugh, he would have gone for 2.
What did Peyton say last week? He's like, if you're gonna score 40 in Foxborough, you gotta score 40 in Foxborough.
right. I love it.
That was hilarious.
Yep.
Yeah, the Cowboys the defense is good. Giving up 29 points isn't ideal, but if your offense gives up 49, it's okay.
I mean, they control the game. There's no.
And also, Micah Parsons. It wasn't all the offense because Micah Parsons did scoop and score, which Justin Fields could have touched him. He jumped. You see, he jumped.
That was
right
a weird
over.
play. I did see that. That was
Maybe
a weird
he
play.
thought he already got touched and didn't want to.
I mean, I can
weird.
I can understand like why he didn't just like it was a funky play. I don't want to get into it.
Dak played decent. He had a really bad pick at the end of the first half, which wasn't good for the Cowboys then because the Bears I think ended up getting 3 out of it,
Right.
and then the Bears got the ball at half. So it's not ideal really to have a turnover like that.
Yeah.
Which
That was like the last time the game was in the balance.
it felt like that throw was forced. I think Dak would probably say, it's a throw.
I'd like to have it back.
I'd like to have it back,
Right.
honestly. But to me, the person of the day, my player of the week, I'm going to say right now, is Tony Pollard.
He had a hell of a day.
He rushed for, 131 yards, I believe.
And he only had 12 carries or something?
I don't know what the carries was, but he did average 9 yards per carry, so you can do the math.
So it was
131.
So that must have been 14 carries, yeah.
It was like 9.4.
Yeah.
So
That's
and 3 touchdowns,
Yeah.
3 rushing touchdowns.
Zeke who?
Street clothes.
Street Clothes.
Street Clothes.
Is that his new nickname?
That's what Charles Barkley calls Anthony Davis. Street clothes.
That's good.
This for the Cowboys, they have to think to themselves, I'm cool with the 2 back thing right now.
Right. I mean, yeah.
We don't need to run Tony Pollard 50 times a game. Or
No.
not 50.
And you don't need to run Zeke 50 times a
No.
game.
Just run them both about 15 or 20.
Yeah.
Or no, 15 apiece.
Yeah.
Even 15 apiece is a lot.
Yeah, 10 to 15 I think is probably pretty realistic, depending on the game scenario.
I just feel really good for Tony Pollard because this was his first start. And he does this.
Yeah. For
And
sure.
I know it's the Bears, and the Bears, I don't think they have that great of a defense.
Yeah.
But still, you can only play who's in front of you, like we say all the time.
Right.
And he did the most he could. I'm really happy for him.
I
I don't like what Jerry Jones says post game, which was ridiculous.
Team still runs through Zeke.
It's just like, dude, why don't you be proud of Tony Pollard? I think they drafted him too.
Yeah.
I know Zeke was like the 4th pick, and he was like the golden child.
Yeah, and they overpaid him and all that good stuff.
Yeah, exactly. But
no, I mean the Cowboys. They look. From what I watched, Dak was a conductor. He needs to be. He doesn't need to be the game breaker.
it's just
They look good, I thought.
when can the Cowboys just realize that you don't have to be flashy? Just do what you have to do to win the goddamn games,
Right.
and the rest will work out.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna say it because I remember last year I got really high on the Cowboys, but it would be because I going into the season, obviously after the first game, Dad got hurt,
Yeah.
and I was like, this season's over.
Yeah.
Which it isn't. It's the Cowboys are probably a top 3 team in the NFC.
I was gonna say that to me they're at least top 4, but you could certainly argue that they're maybe even number 2.
Yeah, well, we could agree to top 5.
Yeah. Yeah.
This would be the year that, for some reason, they went deep in the playoffs because it's something that I'm not expecting. I'm not
Right,
putting a lot
right.
of stock into. So, I also think it's ironic that the Cowboys and Niners both have bye weeks this week. So next week we're going to talk a lot about other teams.
Right. Yeah, maybe next week will be something a little different. We'll
But-
see.
Happy with the Cowboys,
Yeah.
obviously. It's just
They looked really good. I think they played a really smooth, solid game.
this
Made
defense.
the Bears look really
This
good.
defense is nice.
Yep.
Right now, it's nice.
They make plays and they make stops. It's not just one or the other.
Exactly.
Yeah. Because
It's surprising.
yeah,
Because either one or the other with the Cowboys. I feel like the past couple of years.
they have a good a high-powered offense and a bad defense.
Yeah, or good defense and nothing on offense.
Right.
And this seems like the perfect equalizer.
Right. And that's why they're 6-2. There's no question about it.
Yeah. Does it suck that the Eagles are playing really well? Do I think the Eagles can beat them again with a healthy team? Yeah, but it's okay.
I think when they do, I don't know when they play again, but when they do, it's
They
going to be
play
a really,
right before Christmas.
really interesting game.
I think they play like Christmas Eve or something.
Yeah. The Cowboys are playing very quality, complementary football.
But I'd be very happy if they lost the Eagles on Christmas Eve and then beat them in the NFC Championship.
That would be great.
I would be very okay with that.
You'd be like a Rams fan last year.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Oh, you can have those regular season
You go.
wins, Niners.
Regular season wins?
Oh, cute. That's
Don't
nice.
care. Don't care.
Yeah.
Currently, the Phillies are being no hit through 8.
Unreal. At home. I thought they were invincible at home. Apparently not.
Yeah.
Sorry, Gene. Next time. Okay.
Well, the game's not over. No, you just jinxed them.
I don't
Come
care.
on. I know you.
I'm here to jinx it.
You are king. You are King Jinx.
King Jinx.
King Jinx.
What else have I jinxed recently? The Jaguars. BYU.
Yeah. You know, I heard something that every game that Trevor Lawrence throws an interception, the Jaguars have lost. It was on like PFT, or is that the Barstool one?
So let's try something, Doug Peterson. Handoffs only, every time. No throws.
Travis Etienne.
No throws.
Does he?
Travis Etienne, yeah.
Yeah.
You don't get to throw the ball, Trevor.
No.
Be a statue.
We drafted you to throw, but just don't throw.
Decoy.
Decoy.
Okay, you ready to talk about my team?
Just go for it.
Let's go for it.
I want to say that the game that happened on Sunday
Was so sick.
is the game that you wanted at Palisades.
Oh, no. I know. God damn.
That was the game that you absolutely wanted for us to watch at Palisades. Did you think about that?
Yes.
Oh,
When he threw the touchdown, I was like, motherfucker.
if this would have happened at Palisades, the 3 touchdowns,
Oh, I might have flipped the table.
you would have been out of body. You wouldn't have been there. You would have ceased to exist for about 20 minutes.
It would have been a bad scene because I would probably do some stuff that I would want to be doing in my home rather than in public.
You would have been buying shots for the whole fucking bar.
Maybe so. Maybe so.
You would take 3 for the rushing,
Yeah.
the passing.
I'd be like, anyone wearing red, you get a shot.
Anybody wearing red.
But anyways, Niners, what a second half they had against the Rams.
The Niners that I picked.
You did? Good for you.
Thanks.
Cool off, man.
Ooh, that's all right.
31-14 W. Pitched a shutout in the second half.
They did.
Christian McCaffrey was unreal. He was
great.
everything and then some.
He was great. This is what the Niners...
He was more than what the Niners asked for.
For that game, yes.
For that game, yes. He was
absolutely for that game.
He did a little bit of Stanford throwback on that one.
All he needed was like the return touchdown. Put him for the punt unit.
It would have been over.
It would have been insane.
It would have been over. That's actually his second touchdown pass of his career in the NFL.
I think I did read that.
I know he did at least one in college, but
I'm sure.
second in the NFL. But yes, that was a beautiful, beautiful sight. I know.
Were you able to watch most of this game?
I watched like the first 3.5 quarters, and then got to work, and by then it was pretty much over.
Yeah.
But told Dad, first play of the game, I think he had a little like 7-yard scamper. Like it's gonna be a big day for Christian because Debo's out. He's gonna have to have a big day, and boy did he ever. Passing touchdown, of course, on a little trick play. Rushing touchdown, receiving touchdown.
The cleanest one, the receiving touchdown was
The trifecta.
The receiving one was the cleanest
nice.
one.
That was nice. Yeah. Went up and got it on a little wheel route. Perfect.
It was clean.
Jimmy had a Jimmy had an
You're not
interesting.
gonna talk any shit on the man's birthday, are you?
Jimmy had an interesting first half. Should have had 2 picks thrown right to Jalen Ramsey.
Yeah.
And then cleaned it up from there. His stat line was outstanding, 21 out of 25. 9
I didn't know that.
9 yards per attempt,
Wow, yeah.
2 tutties. I think his passer rating was like 135. So, other than the should have been picks, which we're not, can't take away anything from a guy for throwing should have been picks that weren't. He played perfect. Honestly, he was great. Also hit George Kittle for a touchdown. I know you like that one, even though it didn't work out for your fantasy team overall.
Oh, don't even.
Should I have taken that one away just to make you not feel so bad about losing by only 5?
No, even in a losing effort, I do love seeing my guys get touchdowns because that means they're just
makes you feel good about the future.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Although sometimes it does hurt to waste a good week on a loss.
It does. But when you lose to the guy who scored the most points in the league, there's no moral victories for me.
It's as close as you can get.
Exactly.
Yeah. There you go.
Thank you. How's that Steely coming?
It's coming. It's about 40% left.
Any buzz yet?
Yeah.
No. Okay.
I stumbled some words, so
Yeah.
nothing new though. But here's my only thing about this Niners win is now everyone wants to say, oh, now that the Niners got McCaffrey,
They're top.
they're there. They're like Super Bowl. look out for the Niners.
And I have heard a lot of that this week.
And you know what?
They're
I also heard that after they beat the Rams the first time. And then whoever they beat, the Panthers after that.
Yeah.
So, talk to me when they win 3 games in a row.
Talk to you when they beat Tampa Bay, and you got to drink another one of these.
They're going to be Tampa Bay.
Yeah. How you feel about that? You like that?
We'll see. Maybe Tommy will get it figured out by week 14. We'll
Also, I am on the hook in 2 weeks from now.
Right, after the bye.
And that's my last one, though.
Yep.
Against the Packers.
That's right.
And honestly, right now, I'm not feeling that confident about the Cowboys losing to the Packers.
They should be definite favorites in that game.
And I'll probably pick against them in our picks.
I will say, I fudged this one by pick the Rams, doubling down, unlike last time.
It's all right. It's all right.
But hey, it worked out in the Niners' favor. We're 4-4. Rams are 3-4. What is going on there?
And who leads the NFC West? Who we all thought would? Seattle Seahawks.
I got some questions for you.
The Seattle Superhawks.
Superhawks. I got a couple questions for you when we as we move on.
My fantasy quarterback Geno Smith, by the way.
That's right.
Hell yeah.
He's been good.
Hey, I dropped Stafford like a bad habit. And Geno's been doing all right.
He's been doing all right.
At least I'm not like Danny and have 3 quarterbacks on my team.
I looked at that. Yeah, and both of the backups are useless. I look at their projections every week. They're like 13 or 14 points. Like,
whatever, Danny. Whatever works.
Giddy up.
Whatever works.
Glug, glug, glug. Okay.
That sounded good.
Mm-hmm.
That sounded nice.
Let's talk about week 8.
Yes.
So the Bucks, the Packers, the Rams all lost. Bucks are 3-5. Packers are 3-5. Rams are 3-4. I have a question for you.
Yes.
Do you think any of these teams turn around and make the playoffs?
So it's the Bucks,
Packers, and Rams, all under 500.
Oh man.
Do you think you can say no, that none of them make the playoffs?
I'll say the Bucks because of how that division is. Like, do I really
do have the weakest.
Do I really trust the Falcons, who are in first place, I believe, in that division, to win that division?
Right.
When the Bucks have the go, who is not playing great, or the team's not playing great, but I'll go with the Bucks. I mean, on paper, I want to say all 3, but that's not going to happen. The Packers aren't, unless the Vikings really fall off, which I do hope.
Well, they're not going to. The Packers are not winning that division. I think that's already set.
Okay.
But they could maybe sneak in on the wild card. The NFC is kind of messy right now. There's not outside of the NFC East. You got the Vikings, and that's pretty much it. I mean, the Seahawks are 5-3, but do we really believe in the Seahawks yet?
Yeah. Well, no.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
I picked the Bucks out of those 3 teams.
I think to me it's the Rams, and I don't really know why.
Maybe because they're champions.
Yeah, I guess so.
Or
but they're not playing
the previous champion.
Yeah, they're not playing like champions by any means. But yeah, I don't know. All of these teams don't look good. I could see none of them making the playoffs really.
Yeah.
What else you got?
I never would have guessed like these teams would be like that.
Right. Yeah. No, there's no way.
What else do I have? Speaking, man, do we have time for this? Speaking of Tom Brady, him and Giselle,
they're done.
They're cutting it off. They are cutting it off. They're divorcing after 13 years of marriage. What are your thoughts? And I have a question for you after you talk about your thoughts.
I didn't think it was like legit, like all the reports that were coming out initially, but hey, here it is. I mean, I think at this point, if he could take back coming back for another year, he might.
He's gonna play till he's 50. What's holding him back now?
Well, just the fact that he hasn't performed the way he probably wants to. Yeah. I really think he could be done after this year, no matter what. But
so my question to you is: do you think Brady would give up 1 Super Bowl ring to salvage his marriage? No. He'd still have 6, which would put him 2 above any quarterback, and above Charles Haley, who has 5.
I don't think he would. I don't think he would.
I don't think he would either.
I mean, I think he's a little bit psychotically competitive. And I mean, I love competition, but I just don't think that he's a true family.
That's a good point, because I think he's so psychotically competitive that he thinks like it's like I just need more. Like I would not take away anything I've done because it's helped me out this far in my life. I would not take it back.
Right.
So you're probably right.
Yeah.
About that.
I'm just gonna do this real quick. Of course, this wants to be.
Yeah, just it's okay. Be gentle.
There's this weird caution little thing under the play button. Never had this happen.
What if you what if you went up, or like, then you went back? No.
That's so weird. Save, please.
That's the beginning of it.
Right. Oh, let me save. Save to library. There we go. Okay.
All
We're in
right.
there.
Jeez, don't scare me.
All right, we're back. Okay. You have anything else about Tom Brady and his love life?
No, not at all. Nope. Nope.
Okay, so speaking of the Seahawks and Falcons, more surprising first place team.
Falcons. I had the Falcons being really bad. I think I had them both being really bad.
I think I had both the Seahawks and Falcons in last place, but I'm going to say the Seahawks because
The division they play in.
theoretically it was a tougher division, and it has been so far overall. But
I'll go with Falcons.
But at the same time, I think we probably had a shoe-in as for the Bucs being first place, right, or division winners. So it's a tough one. But yeah, both definitely projected last place teams.
Yeah.
The Falcons have definitely been gifted a really shitty division situation. So good for them.
Yeah.
So did you see? Or I know we talked or texted about it. What is it? DJ Moore for the Panthers in that game against the Falcons, which was ironically for first place.
Yeah.
He caught the game tying touchdown that would have been game winning had he not taken off his helmet in celebration.
Yeah, that was.
And then moved the extra point back 15 yards that was missed.
And they missed.
And then
it.
game went to overtime. Falcons ended up winning. That was rough.
You can't make that. You can't make that up.
Honestly, like that was too perfect. And I was rooting for the Falcons because I had them in my my work pool for picks or whatever.
Yeah.
But watching it was just like, oh my lord, you let this happen. And the fact that the Panthers even had a chance after everything that happened in the last 2 minutes of the game was ridiculous, and then he blows it.
So did you see my boy Malik Willis who made his NFL debut? And I texted you about this because I was like, I was jokingly like, does this count?
Yeah.
But
I know you put the parameters on it for yourself, though.
I did. I said
he's got to be a legitimate.
He would
starter.
win the job.
Right. Not based on injury.
Ryan Tannehill was sick, I guess, for this game, and didn't really matter because Derrick Henry made the Texans pay, which also cost me my fantasy week this week. So
sorry, but
that's all right. It's okay. I'm over it. It's fine. It's fine.
I gotta say, all these trades in real life are really fucking up my fantasy running back situation.
Are they?
Cool. So, my 3 guys that I drafted to be like at least in my rotation for running backs were Elijah Mitchell, Chase Edmonds, and Melvin Gordon. Chase Edmonds and Melvin Gordon are now on the same team. Elijah Mitchell's hurt, and the guy who stepped in for him, Jeff Wilson, is no longer on the 49ers, and they also traded for Christian McCaffrey, so Elijah Mitchell is going to be nothing when he comes off the IR. So it's just awesome. I love it. I have the worst 6-2 team ever.
I was gonna say I don't feel bad for you because you're like what 4th place.
I'm 6-2, but I believe I have the worst 6-2 team ever.
I don't feel bad for you at all. I'm sitting here 4-4.
I can just see the writing.
Fighting for my life.
I'm gonna be like 5th or 6th seed in the playoffs and get wiped by whoever I play.
Get whacked by
Exactly.
What if you mean Arbor Danny?
It'll be you. It's not looking good, but hey, if I make the playoffs, that'll be the first time in a little while.
Really?
I haven't made playoffs in a few years, I feel like.
Wow.
Yeah. Narrowly missed it last year.
So, Broncos country this week won. They rode. And can I just say that, why does it seem like since Russell Wilson went to Denver that he's become more of a God lover?
He's always been questionable.
Well, no, I'm not even, like, what do you mean questionable?
Just like his mannerisms and whatnot.
Okay, no, I agree with that. But I feel like when he was in Seattle, you never heard about him loving God. You know what I mean? Or I just feel like now it's just he's projecting it a lot. Like you see him pre-game in the middle of the field, like doing these weird circles, listening to like, you know, our God's an awesome God, doing this kind of thing. And I wanted to ask you, is it a Broncos thing? Because we all know Tim Tebow played for the Broncos, and he was a massive God lover.
Yeah, that started in Florida, though.
Yeah, but
that's pretty good.
I mean, come on. Or is it like Sierra? Is she obsessed with God too?
I can't say. I don't know.
Listen.
I'll let Russ speak for himself on this one.
I don't hate anybody who praises God. I don't.
Yeah.
But Russell Wilson, man, it's just like you're shoving down my throat at this point.
He's always been Mr.
Mr.
Corny.
Unlimited.
Mr. Unlimited. No, corny as fuck.
It's just, I don't know. It's just weird.
Never been a fan of Russ. I mean, I've respected his game, but never been a fan.
I'm not surprised that you're not
And
a fan of Russ.
he hasn't changed my mind about that. You know, now that he's wearing that shitty orange.
Yeah.
So I know I also sent this to you, but this was unbelievable. So the Raiders got shut out 24-0 by the Saints the other day.
I was gonna mention this. They got goose egged.
They got goose egg.
The Raiders are just giving me just opportunities to make fun of them at this point.
Based on this stat, you'll be surprised when I pick
I know the stat.
Yeah.
I saw it on your screen, but I know the stat.
But they did not cross midfield until there were 2 minutes left in the game. That is unreal.
Do you think Devontae Adams misses
Aaron
Rodgers?
Rodgers? Yeah, a little bit.
I'm sure he does.
It's funny how Derek Carr is having his worst season in a little while. Now that he has his best weapon he's ever had. It just doesn't make a lot of sense. And I don't know if it's a Josh McDaniels thing. Like, I kind of feel like McDaniels might be out of here or out of there after the season at this rate.
Who lasts longer, him or the Broncos coach?
Or Hackett. I think Hackett's out of there. I also think Frank Reich is going to get fired by the Colts.
You think so?
Yeah. They're a bad scene at this point.
So Halloween was on Monday.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a Monday Night Football game, obviously.
Worm attacking orange.
Do you think?
I think they did.
What's the coincidence?
So,
do you think it's a coincidence that they both put orange teams on Halloween?
No, I think they did it on purpose for sure. Because someone mentioned it while I was working. They were like, "Oh, that's funny. Both these teams are wearing orange." You know, I was like, "Oh, they had to have done that on purpose.
Had to.
They had to have. Yeah,
I love it.
I love it. Yeah, yeah. Hey, good for you, NFL.
Yeah,
playing to the crowd.
Love that. You think that's why the Astros are wearing orange tonight? Because they couldn't wear it. Oh, no, they played yesterday, so because they were supposed to play on Halloween too.
They were. Got rained out. Forgot to mention that. Wow. 2 outs away from a no-hitter.
I was bummed out about this game not being on Halloween because I was going to throw it on. You know, 'cause I would have watched the World Series instead of football.
Right. That football game sucked, by the way.
I had fantasy implications, so I was interested, but besides that, it wasn't great.
Yeah, you actually, I mean, you got one of your 2 guys to do his job.
To do what I want.
Yeah. I just recently traded for Joe Mixon in my other league, so we're on the same train now.
All right.
But he did not produce.
In Dynasty?
Dynasty.
There you go. How old's Joe Mixon?
Joe Mixon is 26 years old.
Oh.
So I gave up a first-round draft pick for him, but I got him and Chase Claypool in return. So
there you go.
I'll take it. It was just thrown at me. I was like, I gotta read about these 2 guys just to make sure something's not wrong.
Look at you playing Billy Bean. Moneyball.
Oh, it was easy money. Okay. Your player of the week, you said Tony Pollard, right?
131 on the ground, 3 tutties, 9 yards per carry.
Do I need to say mine?
Oh, man. I
Easily, Christian McCaffrey.
I don't even know why I didn't even think about this.
Yeah. Christian McCaffrey for sure. No questions.
I believe he's the 3rd or 4th player to do what he did when it comes to rushing, passing, and catching touchdowns.
First one since
the merger.
Yeah, first one since LaDainian Tomlinson in 2005. I know. I believe Walter Payton did it. Yep.
I forget. Maybe is he the third player to do it?
I don't know. I don't know who the other person would have been, but yeah, nonetheless, hell of a day. I think he had 150 or 149 yards from scrimmage.
Yeah.
Hell of a day. He, I wouldn't say he single-handedly beat the Rams, but he was a huge factor, no question.
It must be nice being Christian McCaffrey. Stanford education.
Ain't bad.
Did he graduate from Stanford?
No, he left as a true junior, so maybe he'll go back.
You know, a 3-10 day, he gets to go home to his really hot wife, or girlfriend, whoever it is.
Yeah.
Good for him.
Yep, he's doing it. He's doing it right now.
Niner hater that I am, that was a great day by Christian McCaffrey.
Sure was.
Cannot deny that.
Sure was. You ready for picks?
I am.
Let's go. All right, recap. Week 8, we both went 2-1. Gage, you're on fire right now.
I am.
You got Baltimore -1.5 at Tampa Bay, which I thought was bait, but you took it and you won.
Thank you.
You also got the Niners -2. Easy cover there.
Money, easy
Although it
money.
wasn't looking good at first, but easy cover. And then, of course, like we mentioned, you lost on Cincinnati. I guess no Jamar Chase for Joe Burrow means no fun for Joe Burrow.
Yeah.
Because that was the case in his rookie year as well. I barely got this backdoor win with Green Bay +10.5. They lost by 10, so I got the win against Buffalo, and then I covered 1.5 with Tennessee against Houston, and then I picked the Rams to win. So
Look at us.
I'm paying with my 2-11 and
Cheers.
paying with a loss.
Where you at?
About like a quarter left, maybe.
So you know what the deal is. You got to finish this before we're done.
Okay. Yes.
All right. You know that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay, I will tell you. So your record is now 10-14. I'm 11-13.
Okay.
We're getting close to that 500 mark. Got a little ways to go, but
Yes.
we're getting there. Started to do some trends. Try to find some trends.
I'm glad that you. I'm really happy that you do this.
Yes. So I'm not only doing it for myself. I'm doing it for you as well.
Thank you.
We don't have many positive trends because our records are below 500. But I would say your best trend. You're still under 500 on this, but picking favorites, you're 6-7.
Okay.
That's your best trend at this point. I am 9-8 picking underdogs. So I'll take that, I guess. I don't know.
Okay.
Only
Shortworks got walked.
okay.
Still no hitter going
Still
through.
no hitter. 2 outs to go for the.
You know what I see right here? Double play to short.
Game over.
Game over.
That would be rough for the Phillies. God, no hitter in the World Series. That would be.
Well,
sad.
it's not happening yet.
It hasn't happened yet.
Keep going with what you were saying.
But yeah, not a ton of positive trends yet, so we're gonna say this. I will say though, you pick a lot of road teams. You picked 18 road teams versus 6 home teams this year, which I'll see what you do this week.
You know, I don't even really think.
I know you don't, but
Okay.
I found that interesting.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I figured you didn't. I didn't think.
I just
about
look
it
at the ESPN app and just see. I look at the line more than anything. Obviously.
Yeah. Which is valuable, but I think I do actually look at whether it's a home or road situation and try and pick a home underdog if I can, if it makes sense. Didn't do that this week, but do you want to go first?
Yes. I'm
All
picking
right.
the Vikings -3.5 over the Commanders.
Good pick. I like that one.
I'm picking the Seahawks +2 over Arizona. I think this is.
Ooh, okay.
I think it's a steal. I mean, I know
Oh.
the Seahawks are on the road, I believe.
Yep, there.
But the way the Seahawks have been playing, I think they could beat
Okay.
Arizona.
Okay.
And I'm picking the Monday night game again. Ravens -2.5 over the Saints.
I thought about that one as well. I also picked 2 of the same games, but
Really?
so I'm on the same side as you with Minnesota.
Yeah.
I got that -3.5, but I'm taking the Cardinals -2
Okay.
at home. I think Seattle's a little bit fool's gold. Maybe they'll prove me wrong.
Okay.
I mean, if they're 6-3, I gotta tip my cap. If they get to 6-3, I gotta tip my cap. But I am 3-0 picking Arizona this year,
Yeah.
so I'm gonna ride that wave. Also, I'm taking the Raiders.
I've looked at that one.
I'm taking the Raiders, and the biggest reason is that we have Jacksonville. They're playing Jacksonville. Even though they're at home, they're coming back from London. I got the
okay.
Raiders, who just played in New Orleans. They're staying the week over on the East Coast. They're going to be a little fresher than Jacksonville.
Okay.
I like that. -1.5. And the Raiders are going to be playing for a lot I mean, they're trying to stay in the playoff. I get. I know they're 2-5, but they're trying to stay in it.
I like that. It's,
So I'm taking the Raiders. See how it goes.
So one of us for sure isn't going to go 3-0.
Correct.
All right, I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
Let's get it. Okay. Fuck, I got some work to do. Keep forgetting about this thing.
You do.
I've had the tendency in the
there it is.
last few weeks. Wow. No hitter in the